conditions are worsening in parts of the West Coast, and one small California city expects its own water supply to run out in the next 2 months.
17,000 people live in Coalinga, California, and many of them are farmers. It only has one rapidly shrinking water source. And we want to bring in now Coalinga, California Mayor Ron Ramsey for more on this. And Mayor, thanks for joining us. I used to live in Fresno. I know that is a beautiful part of the country. And I remember how we were constantly rationing our water. How bad has the situation in Coalinga gotten?
It's been so bad. I've actually had to cut down 6 trees in my at my house, and my yard is brown right now.
And what has made it worse, and what can you possibly do to conserve water, knowing that there's, a 2-month clock that's ticking?
Well, the city historically uses about 4,100 acre feet, with moderate aggressive conservation efforts still in place from the drought from 2014. We've been in a drought since 2014. The city has been trending to use about 3,650 acre feet. The city is currently looking at
what's making the drought worse in Babylon the Great, and specifically out there in Coalinga County, California, is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Shalom, Kol Loyam Wawa La Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem meriKKKa's. Double honors are going out to the venerable apostles of the Great Millstone, along with the elder bishops who rule and teach well. Salutations, peace, and blessings be unto the Ba'af Wada, that is the house of David, the election. I'm Shamar Ahmath, back with another video, prophecy speaking. And, I'm not going to play the rest of it. There's water shortages all over this earth. And it's a sign of the times, man, And, hey, we know Esau Edom. He has, weather modification weaponry through his HARP program. Okay, Esau Edom being a so-called white man, beginning at the top with his elites, the Dukes of Edom, the international banking families, all right, the wicked elites. But at the end of the day, it's Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai bringing a drought on this land, man. All right, it's another plague. Okay, you go into 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, which brothers be bringing out 2nd Ezra 15 and 2nd Ezra 16 every day. Why? Because we're supposed to be occupying prophecies. But if you go into 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, all right, the Lord talks about, through his prophet Ezra, talks about plagues being sent, man. And this is a plague, the drought. Okay? The water is going to run out here in Babylon. There's going to be a lack of food, a lack of water, a lack of resources. Okay? Grid down scenarios, all that. And it's compliments, again, of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Now, what I did, was just type in the word drought into my Bible app, right? And because I was thinking about a precept in Jeremiah chapter 50, okay, which goes into the destruction of the virgin daughter of Babylon. Now, ultimately, this place, this whore America, is going to be run through by 200,000 ICBM missiles. That's her ultimate judgment, okay? That's the ultimate plague the Lord is going to send on this place, okay? And make this land wholly desolate. But prior to that, there's going to be all kinds of plagues, man. And I just named a few, all right? This is Jeremiah chapter 50, and I'm going to get right to the point in verse 38. A drought is upon her waters. That's right, man. I seen another video today Dabu put up going in on how the Mississippi River is experiencing the same thing, man. Barges are getting stuck out there along the Mississippi River. That's a major, obviously that's a major waterway cutting right through Babylon the Great, okay? And if barges can't get up and down the Mississippi, that's going to, just increase this place's sorrows, man, which, that will happen, Hey, a drought is upon her waters, again, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Right, America is a land full of graven images. Crosses, okay, mosques, obelisks, okay. To name a few. All these Christian churches, all these so-called Jewish synagogues, these are idols, man. all these statues of the so-called white Jesus, okay, whose name is Yahushua, who was a dark-skinned man, okay, all these statues of the so-called Virgin Mary, okay, who wasn't a virgin, who had sex with Joseph. All right, that's another lesson for another day. Okay, but yeah, but this place is the land of graven images, man, and drought's coming to this place, okay? It's judgment from on high. It's judgment from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, okay? Let's do this. Let's go into how there's going to be, matter of fact, let me go to my Bible app. Let me go to a different, let's see. Let's go to the Apocrypha. All right, and where it talks about, like you're not Tobit, where it talks about there being a war, you know, for resources. This is just, you know, something that just came to my mind. 2nd Ezra 6. Well, I went back to 2nd Ezra 1. Slakia. I don't know why this is taking so long. All right. This precept just came into my mind. Okay, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 20. Well, I'll start in 23, but the point's in 24. And the trumpet shall give a sound. All right, who's out here blowing the trumpet on the highways and byways? The men of the Lord, the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, beginning with the elder apostles of Great Milson on down. All right, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. That's right, fear is coming up on you people, man. Especially 2/3 of our people, the Lord's people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, Israelite foreigners. All right, at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, verse 24, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Right, which means you're not going to have running water. You're not going to have electricity. Okay, you're not going to have emergency management services. Okay, or 911 service. Okay. But, you know, for the purposes of this video, yeah, man, the water is going to be scarce in this place, man. Now, here's what a scoffer always comes back with. Well, you live here too, so that means you're going to go through it. Yeah, no shit. We are. But the difference is we know we're going to go through it. We know we're going to go through Jacob's trouble, you know. And it ain't going to be a cakewalk. We never said it was. We've always thought, you know, you lambs, that we're going to go through these things as well. The difference is we're going to have the Spirit of the Lord with us, man. Lord willing, we don't fall out. I don't want to write this out. We endure. But we're going to have meriKKKa's with us, man. And we're going to have this word written, okay, you know, and stored away in our hearts or our minds, okay, which is going to help us through these plagues, okay? Matter of fact, like it was in ancient Egypt, huh? Okay, and out in the wilderness, okay? Deuteronomy chapter 8, gets right to the point, verse 15. Who led thee through that great and terrible wilderness, okay? Wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and what? And drought, where there was no water. Who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint, right? And that was back when, you know, hey, the Lord was guiding his people through the wilderness, all right, under the command of Moses. Okay, hey, what happened? The Lord provided what, among other things, water, and now we're gonna have physical water to drink, and we're gonna have this living water again in our hearts, our minds. Okay, so Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna be with his elect men. His elect men are not gonna go without water and without food. Okay, you go into Isaiah. What is that? I always get it confused. Either the 63rd chapter or the 65th chapter, right, where it says the Lord's servants are going to eat in that day and drink. Okay? So, yeah, we understand we're going to go through the straight gate. We have to go through Jacob's trouble too. All right, but we have a strong tower to run into where we can be safe, man. All right, Proverbs 18, chapter 18 and verse 10 tells you that. All right. Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 6, neither said they, where is the Lord that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, that led us through the wilderness, through a land of deserts and of pits, through a land of what? Drought. All right. And of the shadow of death. Okay. And America being this new Egypt, okay, Egypt reincarnated, okay, is the valley of the shadow of death. Now it says, through a land that no man passed through and where no man dwelt. So again, Yahweh Shem Shah is going to be with his people during this time, the elect specifically, okay, because 2/3 of you Jakes, man, y'all, you refuse to hearken to the testimony, you refuse to repent, so you're going to be left out here with no cloak, man, with no hedge around you, with no protection. When all hell breaks loose and it's getting ready to, it's just a matter of days, man, literally. You know, we're approaching what, the middle of October, okay, and you know, all you hearing in the news, even in the mainstream media, is talk of war. You know, you're hearing of wars and what, rumors of wars. You're hearing about these different countries attacking each other's pipelines, okay, and pretty soon there's going to be some kind of false flag that's carried out. You know, cyber attacks. You know, grid attacks. Okay, and you unbelievers, you of the house of Saul, okay, are going to be again left out here without a hedge, without a defense, man. Okay, and that's what you get for not believing upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, and yeah, you got to call upon that name, you know, IUIC. Okay, not talking to the sincere men and women in that camp, although it's time to come out. Talking to the elders and leaders of that camp, you got to call upon the name Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's your ticket to salvation. And the elect are already praising the name Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. What is that, Sirach or Ecclesiastes 17 and 10? The elect are already doing it, man. But you're going to have to call upon the name of the Lord to be saved, and the elect will. You know? And again, like I mentioned earlier in the video, all right, who is it that has called for this drought? Who's doing this? Okay? We're not going to give credit to Amalek, you know, and these so-called small hats, okay, who have that harp technology. Nah, they just work for the Most High on the left-hand side under the spiritual demon Satan. The Most High is the one calling for this drought, okay? Book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 11. And I called for a drought upon the land, and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands. So the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is the one calling for this drought, man. Okay, that's plaguing Babylon the Great. All right. Hey, this is just a quick video. Okay, prophecy speaking, Lord willing, I don't want to Zot. You edified. And with that, I want to say shalom.